And this fall, man, is very tough. And this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
What is going down, folks? It's your boy C23 coming at you with another quick video. Can you believe that today is the 4th anniversary of the decision? It's kind of crazy when you think about it, how time just flies. And after all the scrutiny that LeBron James took, it ended up being the right decision because the Heat did go on 4 straight championship runs. And sure, they only won 2 of them, but making it to 4 straight finals appearances, that's pretty impressive, you gotta admit. But here we are, once again, 4 years after the original decision, we're back waiting for LeBron to make another decision. Now, this one, unlike the last one, is kind of baffling me, just due to the fact that LeBron has had pretty much all year to figure out exactly what he's gonna do in terms of opting out, what team he's gonna sign with, and everything else. But here we are at the time I'm recording this commentary, it is day 7 of NBA free agency, and we've yet to hear anything from LeBron. Now, the reason you're watching some practice play with Melo is because Carmelo Anthony and the rest of NBA free agency, for that matter, is being held hostage by LeBron James' lack of making a decision. Everybody's waiting on LeBron. It's just crazy. Now, for those that don't know, I am a hardcore Lakers fan. And ever since the reports came out on how impressed Carmelo was with the Lakers presentation, I've been checking ESPN. I've been refreshing my Twitter feed every 30 seconds like a crack addict. I mean, I've been really trying to stay up to date with this whole thing. But at this point, I've just kind of had enough with the whole thing. So I won't be doing any more free agency talk unless Melo signs with the Lakers or this whole thing gets wrapped up somehow. Now, I was watching ESPN and I was listening to Chris Broussard address the speculation that Melo is waiting on the whole Chris Bosh situation to resolve itself so he can possibly sign in Miami with LeBron. But then I remembered Stephen A. Smith discussed the exact same thing earlier that day on First Take. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you clips of both segments from Stephen A. and Chris Broussard talking about whether Melo and LeBron joining up together could be the reason that neither of them have signed at this point. And once you're able to listen to both of them, I'm going to chime back in and give you my thoughts on what was said. Let's get into it.
If Bosh goes to Houston, is Melo waiting to see what happens with that, and maybe he and LeBron can team up in Miami? Now, it's just pure speculation. I've heard nothing from Melo's camp to say this is even a discussion. I can't imagine this is a plan, though, with LeBron, like, right, you know, if Bosh leaves, let's get Melo. I can't see that at all. But Bosh is simply saying, I need to take care of myself, and if Miami's already talking about giving me less money than I'm willing to accept, let me see where I can get the max, and Houston's obviously a place.
Okay, now you've heard from Chris Broussard. Before we get to Stephen A.'s comments, I just want to touch on something that he said really quick, and that is how he can't imagine how LeBron and Melo would have this plan in place where they ultimately would end up playing together. My question to Chris would be, why not? It's already happened once. LeBron, D. Wade, Chris Bosh, all 3 of them guys got together and talked about what they were going to do 4 years ago. And guess what? It happened. Now, I am hoping that it's not happening again because I do want my Lakers to have a shot at getting Melo, but you would almost be crazy to think that Melo and LeBron haven't at least discussed it once or twice by now. So what does Stephen A. have to say about it?
Chris Broussard, Brian Windhorst, and Mark Steiner, what they're reporting is on the money. I'm not refuting any veracity of what they're saying. I am just saying to you that I have told folks close to Melo, I don't believe a damn word they're saying about Chicago and Los Angeles. I'm telling you right now, it is my belief that Bosh, if he leaves for Houston, the delay in all of this is because if he leaves, LeBron is going to go and try to get him to South Beach. That is my personal belief based on the people that I have spoken to over the last several months. I know that what's being reported is accurate because that's what they're saying to everybody. I'm just saying, I've told them to their face, I don't believe them. It's about New York or Miami.
Sure.
All right, somebody needs to give Stephen A. his own show on HBO or some other cable network that's not affiliated with ABC. Because what he really wanted to do was come out and tell America, do not believe a word that these NBA reporters are telling you right now. And it's not that the reports they were giving out were inaccurate, but the information itself might be a little suspicious. So who do you believe? Is the idea of Carmelo and LeBron having this premeditated scheme in order to play together really that unbelievable? What about this meeting that the Big Three supposedly had over the 4th of July weekend? And after which point Chris Bosh suddenly becomes interested in Houston's deal, and then reports start circulating about LeBron possibly being interested in going back to Cleveland. And meanwhile, no one's heard a word from Carmelo, who was supposedly going to announce his decision before July 7th. So what do you guys think is going to happen? Drop me a comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Anyway, folks, that's my time. I'm signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.